All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the R to the J podcast, where we interview your everyday entrepreneur, small business owner, and a person who lives in Southeast Texas. If you like what we're doing here, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. It sure helps the channel grow. And on top of that, if you know anybody or if you want to comment, go ahead and send me a message. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, all of that, so you can contact me that way. But with that being said, today's special guest is Alvaro. Alvaro, if you didn't know, his mom is actually Anna from episode 22 from Anna's Bakery. So I was actually surprised. I didn't even know because me and him, we probably hanged out a couple times, but I really didn't know too much about him. So it's kind of great to have him here and get to know more about him, right? So how you doing, Alvaro?
Good, man. I'm good.
Man, I appreciate you coming, man. Especially in this cold. Well, it was cold earlier, but just out of nowhere, it just came.
Yeah, it did. Like you said, it earlier in the day, it was warm. It was almost hot. Didn't need a jacket or nothing. And then midday, when the sun went down, it's like, oh, I gotta get my jacket out. So this weather's crazy.
Yeah,
typical Southeast Texas.
Pretty much, yeah, man.
It ain't never gonna make up its mind.
Yeah. So I wanted to bring you here because first when I found out it was your mom was Anna, I said, okay, let's see what kind of story he has, and then I know that you started like a Anna's Delight as well too, or something like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So in 2019, I started an ice cream shop called. I'm bad. I got a little
you good, man? Yeah. He's gonna get hot in here.
All right. So 2019, I started an ice cream shop with the purpose of kind of combining desserts, combining ice cream with bread, with pan dulce, and eventually the room I had to be able to do that in was a lot smaller. I was in almost 1,000 square foot building, and I just focused on ice cream, man. Yeah. Ice cream. Then after the ice cream, I brought in beer.
What was it at? In Port Arthur, right?
Yeah, it was in Port Arthur. The first
Gulfway?
location was on Jimmy Johnson.
Okay.
Right connected to the Tio Juanitas building.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sure everybody knows Tio Juanitas.
Yeah.
So it was connected to the Tio Juanitas building. I was there for almost a year, I want to say, and then COVID.
That pretty much killed everybody, right? Yeah. So every small business, man.
Shut me down. But after that, I waited about a year to everything started opening up again. I went back and actually reopened inside my mom's bakery, kind of towards the back.
Mm-hmm.
We moved some things around, and her and my dad gave me the room to, keep producing, keep making ice cream, keep selling micheladas, which, I've heard, my micheladas are pretty good. Mm-hmm. People go in on Sundays, Saturdays, hungover, and they're like, hey, man, I need some treatment.
Okay.
But yeah, a little bit about me besides the whole Anna to the Lights. Currently I'm working for Entergy. I'm an instrument technician there. I've been there about 8-9 years, going on 9 years. And
did you have to go to LIT for that or Lamar?
Yeah, I went to Lamar Port Arthur in 2010. As soon as I got out of high school, I graduated in 2010. I went to Lamar Port Arthur and got my associates. Worked out in construction jobs, doing scaffold building. Then from scaffold building, I did pipe fitting. Mm-hmm. And then from pipe fitting, I finally got my break and got in. But 3 years after graduation, I got my break and got in at Entergy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was a good job. I started there in the operations department, working a DuPont shift work schedule. Then they had an opportunity where I can apply for the instrument controls electrical technician position. And did that, got the job, and been there ever since.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on that. Because I know it sometimes takes a while to get a job, especially once you get off school and just getting the experience.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say. These companies want experience.
2 years experience.
How are you gonna get the experience?
Yeah. And that's entry level too. 2 years. So it's like what? How?
But yeah, luckily I got my break, got the job, and I was working there while I started opening these businesses. I was juggling, doing the whole shift work. Opened Anna's Delights, just inspired to kind of do something else. Really, I felt I had the time, and I just kind of wanted to put my own footprint behind my parents' legacy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And, went did it, had a good run. It's still operating now. Right now, currently, as we're speaking, we just recently made a transition to rent it out to some people, like the whole side. So it got a little overwhelming.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I was working a lot of hours at work. I wasn't giving the business the attention it needed.
Yeah. And you said shift
So
work. That's you're working like
yeah.
what, 7 days straight or something like that, or how was
No,
that
it
schedule?
was shift work works as you work. It starts off you work 4 nights, then you're off 3 days, then you work 3 days, then you're off 1 day. You go in 3 nights, then you're off a weekend, then you go and work 4 straight days,
Yeah.
and then you're off 7.
Yeah.
Which that's the good part about it. Everyone, you get a 7-day break
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
every month, but man, just that transitioning from days and nights, and that's even if you get your whole break. A lot of people got to work. A lot of people get called into 4 overtime forced. So,
Especially when they had
it
a
gets hard.
turnovers, right?
Oh yeah, turnover, shutdowns. Everybody has a different term. Where I work at, we call them outages.
Yeah. Okay.
The units off.
Okay. Gotcha.
We make electricity, so we have 4 units that run there. So, yeah, well, I mean, and it's an old plant, so typically a lot of things we're always busy. We're always having work to do, and
Oh, okay.
it's a blessing, but it can get tiring. And with the whole business, juggling 2 things, it got hard.
I could imagine
Yeah.
too. Do you think your parents probably kind of inspire you to be very like entrepreneurial? Because we talked a little bit too. You said you used to have another club as well too.
Yeah. That a little bit about that. And take it back. Around the same time when I was opening up in the lights, this opportunity came to open up a club. It was called Club 409. We opened it right there downtown Port Arthur.
Yeah, I remember that
Yeah.
club. I went there a few times.
Yeah, man, and it was a good run. It was fun. I didn't do that by myself. I had 2 business partners.
Yeah,
And we all had our duties to kind of take the weight off of each other.
yeah,
So not one person, struggles with the whole thing. So that was the good part about that. But then again, COVID came back. When COVID happened, that shut me down too. And especially, how it was. People couldn't be 6 feet from each other. We
Yeah.
couldn't talk about this without you getting contaminated, or the term. I don't know what they were using, but yeah, man, it was a fun experience. I learned a lot. I learned how to make drinks. You have to do a little bit of everything
yeah.
over there when
And
we're
that's
operating.
at the end. That's what probably more important there. The experience you get.
Yeah.
Because you never know, later on you're gonna open up another business.
Yeah.
That you can learn from that experience.
Definitely, yeah, man. I learned a lot. I mean, and I'm sure people that's coming here, I've seen some of your videos that you have some very successful people in here, and they'll tell you it's, you got to learn about taxes. You got to learn about cash flow, profit and loss statements. You got to be right with the IRS. If not, the IRS is going to come back. It's going to come get you. So, it's a good learning experience, and it challenges you to do more, not to stay in the comfort zone and do more, kind of exceed yourself, see how far you can get, even if some people call it a failure. I call it a lesson.
Yeah, because if you don't fail, that means you never want to take a risk.
Exactly, you're never doing nothing. So it was a good run. Around that same time too, I had another club called El Chontes in Beaumont.
El Chontes.
El Chontes.
El Chontes.
Yeah, it's funny because that was my partner's nickname. The guy that came and offered me the opportunity to see if I wanted to get in partnership with him. And I'm like, yeah, why not? I mean, he was going to be the day-to-day guy managing the whole thing.
Yeah. And what I'm just curious, what does El Chonte means? I don't even know.
I don't know.
It's just a nickname out of nowhere.
I never asked them.
I know that song, La Chonta or something like that. Remember that song?
La Chona,
La Chona,
yeah. I guess that's just the woman.
Yeah.
Chontes, I honestly don't know what it means.
Oh,
I never asked them. I'm just like,
okay,
cool. Call you a Chontes.
Mm-hmm.
And he was a good public figure. He was in a radio station for a while, I think. So he was the guy that connected us to bands.
Mm-hmm.
He was so at that club, the one in Beaumont, it was more of having live bands, having like big bandas. We had Los Sebastianes in there one time. We had Banda Limón. We had Grupo Brindis, Grupo Liberación. I mean, we had good traction.
Yeah.
But
is it me, or is it like back then? I used to have like almost better clubs back then.
Man, it's
It's not like it used to be. What I mean? Because I remember when Crocker Street was open. You had the
Star Bar,
Black Cats drinks.
Yeah.
Dixie's.
Yeah, the whole Crocker Street was popping for a while. I kind of got the end of it. But yeah, I mean, I did get to go. It was popping. It just, yeah, it's not the same. I feel like it's a generational thing. I feel like with all these phones, with everything offered to everybody, I don't know. I feel like the world got a little smaller.
Even though it got bigger socially in your
Yeah,
phone,
socially,
but it got
but
small, you know.
people don't want to go around here locally anymore. It's like they just want to go take off elsewhere or house parties. I guess.
Probably. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I haven't been out in the club scene
Yeah,
in a while.
that probably also like dating websites too, you know, like Tinder and all that
Mhm.
stuff. And people, guys or girls got tired of
Yeah,
that. And
now
just-
you swipe right, swipe left. You meet somebody new. You ain't got to go have an in-person conversation.
exactly.
With them,
You know what I mean? That's a lot of people missing out right there.
Yeah.
You know? That's one thing I tell my son. Like, man, if you like, if you find a girl attractive, you know, just go talk to her. You know what I mean? Even
Mhm.
if you don't want to go pick her up, just go
Make
talk to her.
conversation.
Yeah, just so you could be comfortable.
Yeah.
And you know, I tell you, you never know. She might like you a little bit. She gives still sort of little hints, you know. What I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not out there like that, but I feel like it's a lot. Women take an approach nowadays the wrong way.
Oh yeah.
You know, someone could just be trying to be nice, you know, but you know, it's not. I'm not saying I mean, some can take it as, oh, he's trying to hit on me. When, hey, I'm just trying to make conversation. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's kind of, I guess, the world we live in now.
Yeah, it's a
When-
struggle for you guys,
Yeah.
dating wise, you know. I mean, it's for me too. Shit, I'm single.
nah, yeah.
Are you married though, huh?
I'm not married, but you know, I'm together with my
okay.
person.
And you got
yes.
kids, right?
Yeah, I got
One-
two daughters.
2 daughters. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna hate when they grow up. They're like,
Man, don't
man.
even tell me. They're already expensive, bro.
Oh, not just that. But then once they get like teenagers and then
Yeah,
again, she's saying
man.
guys, like man.
Yeah, we're in Texas. We're good to carry.
Yeah, yeah. And were you like born and raised in Port Arthur?
No,
Or?
man. So I was born in Mexico. Came over here when I was 8 years old. We lived in California for a couple of months, a year. I don't think it was more than a year. And went back to Mexico, and then came over here. I think it was in 2000 and stayed permanently,
Oh, okay.
if I remember correctly. Yeah, my mom started her business around, I think it was 2003, 2005, around that time frame.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I heard her, and when she was in here, you know, she was saying that. I remember still, and a lot of people remember me. I used to go get off and knock on people's door and like, hey, you want to buy pine? You want to buy pine?
Yeah.
I'll have to call her out on it because she didn't say that. I was the one knocking at the
Oh
doors.
yeah. She was saying you like go me
Yeah,
go
she's
go
like,
go.
Go, ve, tócale la puerta. And I'm like, all right. I mean, I wasn't shy. I was a kid back then, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, and it just shows people's ambition. It showed my mom's ambition that no le dio vergüenza. She wasn't shy to go do that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would be. A lot of people, oh no, I'm not gonna go do that. That's why they don't succeed.
Yeah.
If you got that mindset, you gotta shoot for all. Like you gotta try. And you know, she pushed with the help of my dad.
Yeah. And you
know,
never
my-
know if you're gonna succeed. Look at
Yeah.
her now. You know, she's she even
successful.
she also have the event center right there.
Mason Diamis.
Yeah, and I went there. That's what I've seen you
Yeah,
over there too. Yeah, I
right.
was like, it's pretty cool. Was that the first event?
That
First
was
time
the
having
first one.
the first one? Yeah, it was
and-
pretty cool. I like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I liked in this era, never been something like that, and I got to, you know, buy my charro suit and do my whole face and, you know, paint everything. It was
Yeah.
cool. It was fun.
Yeah, I plan to be there next year.
Oh, yeah,
They
she's-
plan to do a
Yeah,
yearly
I think she's
thing.
gonna try to do a yearly thing now. Yeah.
Yeah, because we need some more different events around this area. You know, what I mean? I think that's all that is. There's a lot of business or a lot of jobs over here. So and a lot of people come here, so they need different attractions. You know.
Yeah, man, the area's growing with all these expansions and all this construction and
Oh, a
these
lot of
LNGs
construction, man.
and refineries. They're just expanding, and yeah, man, this area is growing fast. We actually, well, I don't know if I can say all this, but they're requesting a lot of power from the company I'm working at, Entergy.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to say percentages, but
Yeah. I can imagine it's gonna take a
Entergy is
lot.
building, you know, several power plants. I mean, it's announced we're building more power plants because of the growth. Like, we're not keeping up. They're not able to keep up with if they don't build, they won't be able to keep up with the growth
Yeah.
to provide power to those customers. So
Yeah.
Entergy's on it. They're building, expanding, and you know what? That's more jobs. You create more power plants. You need more people to run them.
Yeah.
It creates more jobs.
Yeah. Especially even that big plant. I don't know what they're doing on 69th. You know, past
Yeah.
5 Point whatever. I don't even know what's that, but it
Yeah.
looks like a big location right there.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a refinery. Um, I think it's OCI expansion, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's looking like a refinery.
Yeah, yeah. And I heard also down this street on 73 and West Port Arthur Road, they're gonna build like some type of little plant right here in the corner.
I think that's actually Entergy's. I think that's yeah, that's gonna be one of our power plants.
Oh, okay. I know they was gonna build
I
something
think
there, but I
that's
wasn't.
that one's gonna be called Legend.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think could be wrong, but I know we're building one in here in Port Arthur. They're building one in Port Arthur. They're building the big one in Orange,
Mhm.
and then they're gonna build one in Baytown.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's growth, man. This area has a lot of growth and a lot of opportunity for people just getting started.
Yeah,
You
so
know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying? Like people that just getting out in the workforce, people that are just wanting to try and find something to do. I was listening to Sumela when you interviewed Sulema, and it was amazing that they started that welding company.
yeah, exactly. You know,
Because
I didn't know nothing about it. You know,
there's a need for welders. There's a need for technicians.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in a technician role, and you know we're constantly hiring people, and I get emails from Indeed here and there, and they're constantly needing technicians.
Mhm.
Everybody's hiring right
do you know why they weren't hiring welders from here?
now. No, I don't.
That's what Sulema said, because she asked why they ain't hiring people from around
Mhm.
this area. They told her, you guys are not certified.
Gotcha.
So that's
Yeah,
what
oh,
she had to like actually figure out how to create a school to be certified. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
In order to have the people give the opportunities for the people around this area to get certified to work on the jobs. You know?
Yeah, definitely, and that's always a good thing, and it's amazing. And to the people that are trying to find something to do, man, there's work.
Mhm.
There's plenty of work, and there's opportunity.
Yeah. If you say there's no work,
Yeah.
no,
You're not looking.
You're not looking. Yeah, yeah.
You're not looking because there's work. I mean, it might take a little. It might take taking some classes online here and there, or going to college. I know that there's help out there. There's grants. I actually just went back to school for my HVAC degree, AC.
Mhm.
Heating, ventilation, cooling.
Oh
stuff
yeah, you
like
can
that.
make some good money with doing that
So,
right there.
Yeah, I went that,
Yeah.
and I hadn't started, promoting myself for working on people's things because I'm not licensed yet. I have
Yeah.
to take a couple tests.
Because a lot of that thing, you probably have to be like very knowledgeable in electricity, right? Electrical
Yeah,
wiring and stuff, reading the schematics and
Yes,
stuff.
yeah, all of that. So, like, there's opportunity there, and I go to class with people that are just getting started, and I just try to motivate. Try to tell people that if you don't have jobs because you don't want one.
Mhm.
There's definitely growth out there.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, that's another one of my little ventures. I'm gonna start. I'm taking it slow. Like I said, I kind of we just did the transition into renting out with these people that are taking over the Anna's Delights. Well, they're not taking over Anna's Delights. We're renting because we have an agreement. I'm still gonna sell some of my products there,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be a little less work on me. And yeah, I mean, take a little break, relax, because the past 5 years I've been
Sometimes you
with
need
the
a
whole
little break, you know what I mean?
especially with my work. I typically work anywhere from 60 to 70, 80 hours a week sometimes.
Oh man, yeah.
Yes. So gotta make time also for family, friends. I like to travel too. I used to travel often. I used to be everywhere, but I had to slow down on that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, just maybe an HVAC company.
So I was gonna ask you some other like any struggles. I could imagine you went through some struggles, especially in doing those clubs or whatever, like
yeah,
business
man.
wise. Like it was, with not the bouncers, but the people who get to.
Man, yeah, and I'm sure we both know better than most when people have alcohol in their system.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
trust me, I know.
a
Yeah.
lot of a lot of
Mischiefs,
fucks
yeah.
go out the window.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it was tough, but we would hire good security. We tried to stay on top of that. Sometimes people weren't as compliable as we would want them to be. But hey, that's just the environment. And, we knew that from getting into it. The most difficult thing I would say about the club life was the staying up the long nights, man. You know,
Oh yeah.
club closes at 2. You're up till 4 or 5. When you know when I didn't have to do that all the time. My partner would take care of it most of the time, but I can tell, man, dude was tired.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would just so he can get a break when I was on my weekends off, if it was, and then you know just closing, cash count, you know, taking inventory, all of that, man. It takes a toll on the body.
Were you guys open like every day?
No, it would just Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
And
Sometimes Sundays.
Sunday? I think one time me and my friend Jim went there on a Sunday. It's just random on a Sunday night, you know. It was just one of the nights we end up going to Dillon's, and then from there we end up going to a 409. Yeah.
Was it the? I think we did the beer pong tournament on a Sunday. Was it that time? Or?
No, it was just this was just a random night.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. After we decided to not continue on with club, we passed it over to a Puerto Rican guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so
no,
is it,
Dominican guy.
Is it still open now?
No, it's closed now.
It's closed.
He's closed now, but he kept it going for about another 2-3. I don't want to say no more than 2 years, but yeah, we were just like, man, you dude, just give us this amount and you can have it.
Yeah.
But
And how is that working with these were your friends, right? Who were you opening the clubs? Yeah, so how was that?
Yeah, sometimes you know.
I'm imagine it gets a little tough sometimes, you know.
It can, and especially when people are dealing with money.
Mm-hmm.
Money can break up some friendships, but we're still in good terms, all in good terms. No, none of us, you know, had feuds. There would be conflicts, just like you have conflicts with coworkers, right? So
even relationship. You know?
Yeah, but we were all mature enough to kind of just be like, hey, man, this is business. Keep a business headset. It's nothing personal, you know. And we kept it at that. We kept our head on straight. We talked it out, and you know we all needed to keep our roles. We needed to keep we couldn't be acting a fool in front of the people we were managing. So
yeah.
We tried to keep it professional, and we did. We had a good run. It was fun, but you know, on to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. On to the next. Look, you know, I'm really blessed with the job I have, and you know, I got a steady income, and you know, it gives me opportunities to do other things too, if I want to.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
You say you learned how to make drinks and stuff like that?
Yeah, I did. I had to.
What was your favorite drink to make, or to drink as well? You know.
Well, I like drinking whiskey straight. I like simple drinks. I like tequila and club soda with lime. You know, so I wouldn't get none of the Sex on the Beach, the hurricanes. You know, the
really fruity color.
Really fruity.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that really messed you up. But probably the one that was fun to make was the Sex on the Beach. I mean, they're all pretty simple. It's just all well liquors and mixing it up. But I can't say I was a badass bartender because I was learning. I didn't know nothing. I had no idea. I would prefer when people come ask for beer.
Yeah.
That was easy. Just
Corona? Okay, got you.
That was mine. Like, cause you know, to make the drinks, it takes, you gotta know the counts. You can't over pour. You can't under pour. It's like, it can get stressful. And now I see how bartenders be stressed sometimes, all the time.
Yeah, I used to be a waiter, so like I always give respect to all people waiting on people like bartenders, waiters, and stuff like that. I give them time. I just. You know, I notice when they notice me and they give me like a little nod, so I'm just, you know, I'm patient. You know, I know
it takes having some people skills to do those jobs.
Yeah,
like, it ain't for the weak of mind.
Oh yeah, no.
Those waiter jobs and you know, bartender jobs, it ain't for the weak.
Yeah,
it's
but
like
I do think you know what I do think everybody needs to get those jobs.
Yeah.
To see how to treat people. You know,
without a doubt, I think it's a good opportunity.
Yeah.
Definitely, and you know. Hey man, sometimes the people working, the bartenders, they lead with some really good money too. Like, they make some bank. I'm like, oh man, you're making more than me.
Yeah,
just on tips, you know what I'm saying? Just on tips, and I'm like, that's awesome. Like I'd be happy because they had a good night. Means we had a good night. Yeah,
I remember when I was working in Castellet as a waiter, right? I would get in there late because I had two jobs, you know, so I would get in there like around 5:30, 5:45, and they always give me the good section because I was, you know, pretty good. But I had 2 6 tops and then 2 booth table, right? And they would within 3 hours, I'll make $100. And then that was an early section. So then from there, you can just close that section up.
Yeah, I gotcha.
That was back then when Castellet was good.
Man.
But now it's like, man, it's a lot of competition now with the Tex-Mex. And man,
yeah,
it's
any corner you turn to, there's a Mexican restaurant or a Tex-Mex restaurant.
that's one thing me and your mom talked about. Like, no more Tex-Mex around here. You know, no more.
We're gonna bring some. My favorite food's Italian. I love me some pasta.
From where? Like John Carino? No, John Carino used to be Italian. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, I like going to Tuscany's because I feel like they're more.
Tuscany. Okay, yeah.
They're more actually Italian, like Italian food. I do like Olive Garden here and there, Carrabba's, but Tuscany's and Bruno's and Beaumont, they got some authentic Italian food.
Bruno's. I think I've been there one time. Yeah.
I feel they're more authentic. Oh, they got a little spot right there in Groves too, called Calicias or something like that. They're pretty bomb too.
Okay. I don't go out to go eat too much like I used to because when I used to travel all the time for work and work used to pay for food, you know what I mean? They'll give me like an allowance of $35 per meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you know what I mean?
I'd save it all the way to that night.
Well, it's like, man, it's hard to eat $35 worth of food for breakfast, you know what I mean? It's like, there's no way, man. Most of the time, I just grab me some snacks from the gas station or whatever and just eat something decent for lunch and dinner, you know?
Yeah, man, I like food. I had to start getting myself on a diet and some running and here and there because I was starting to gain a little too much weight. So yeah, luckily I'm kind of cutting back, doing a little intermittent fasting here and there. So kind of trying to watch because all this processed food too is kind of it's bad for you. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't.
Yeah,
it ain't good for the health.
Yeah, so. I've been cutting that out a lot, but the last couple of weeks, I've been doing bad. I was at like a little mini vacation, busy with Thanksgiving.
Man, that's what it is. Thanksgiving messed everybody up.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, man, then I have my cousin from El Salvador come over here. She made some pupusas right there with barbecue and all that kind of stuff. Like, man, it had a lot of food left over too.
Pupusas are fire.
That's I know. she was making it out here like she's just making it fresh. Yeah, she made a couple special ones for me, but I told her I want mine just fill it up. You know what I mean? But yeah. So where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Man, in 5 years, well, work-wise, I'll still be working. I'll still be, possibly a technician, or I'm kind of inspiring to become a supervisor at where I work now. So. Hopefully in 5 years I'd be supervisor, managing some people. Move up with the company, and also I'm gonna have another business endeavor. I don't know what it's gonna be, and maybe it might be this air conditioning thing that I'm studying for now. Maybe some rental properties. Maybe start getting more involved with my mom and dad's the bakery. Yeah. We still got all the equipment for the ice cream, and I know how to make it all. Okay. So it's like that's a skill that nobody can take away. So I don't know yet. I will be having some kind of business endeavor, but I can't think of what yet. I don't want to overwhelm myself again like I did because they put a toll on me. Being stressed out. Oh yeah. It's not good for your body, and if you ain't taking care of your body, then your body and your mind. Your body, mind. So you got to take care of that, and I feel like I took on too much all at once these past 5 years. So it's like I'm kind of trying to de-stress with all that. I'm trying to, just take what I can chew. Just take a little bite of what I can chew, not take too much, and hopefully. Get into something else, something where I'll be my own boss and work, not really to say when I want to, because, as a self-employed entrepreneur, you're working 24/7, but, have a little more leniency, have some systems in place where, maybe you don't have to be there all the time, maybe you can get some passive income going, things like that. Yeah. That's probably that 5-10 years, Yeah, those are my goals. I remember when I moved. Everybody knows the story, but when I moved to Birmingham, I lived there for a couple of years. I had to move out there when I got my engineering degree. And that's the only job I could get because I had no experience in the plants, but I had experience in automotive. Gotcha. So I went over there for an automotive job, and I think that was one of the best decisions I made right there. Really? Yeah. Moving away just for a couple of years. Especially over there, they had a lot of sites and little mountains, but at least something to go hike. Oh yeah.
That's one thing when I came back here, like, fuck, there's nothing to hike here, you know.
See?
The only thing I'm hiking over here, or I could hike, is on the overpasses, you know what I mean?
Yeah. See, that's what I like to visit. I would, I would visit California a lot. Got to have family. My mom's brothers are out there and cousins. Man, they got such a beautiful
Oh yeah,
San Diego area.
Yeah.
There's so much to do. It's
yeah,
just so expensive, right? But there's
Oh,
so
yeah.
much to do. I would go out there whenever I was working my DuPont schedule, working, the whole shift work. On my 7 days off, 5, 6, 7 years ago, I would take off.
yeah.
Go visit my cousins, go visit my uncle,
Yeah.
just go travel, just get away from here.
Yeah, that's one thing I do miss about. I used to live in San Francisco, so all my dad's side of the family lives out there. So every once in a while, I still go visit them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I haven't been to San Francisco, but my mom just went recently, and she said it's real nice.
You gotta know where to go now.
Really?
But like Market Street right now, I heard it's a lot of businesses has left just because of all the. Well, first of all, COVID,
Mm-hmm.
but then all the just all the violence that's going around there. All the homeless people there, just sleeping in the streets.
Yeah.
Too. So just.
Yeah, the country is. They need some recovering. There's too many homeless people. From what I see, not around this area, at least I don't see many. But
There were some.
Yeah.
There was over there in Best Buy. There were a few of them, and I think they moved over there to the little street, going to the hospital. But I don't see them there no more, so I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, it sucks that some people end up that way. But
Yeah, but
it all
but
comes down to your own choices. here
That
and
too. But
there.
then sometimes some people want to live
Yeah.
in the street. There are some people who want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm ambitious. I like to. I'm always gonna find
Yeah.
something to do. When I was a contractor working scaffold and pipe, I could not be not working for more than a week or a couple of days because I would get frustrated not having nothing to do. I always been trying to. I gotta find a job.
Yeah.
I'm always gotta work unless I'm vacationing. Like I used to go to. I'm from Cotija. I used to go to, we used to go to Cotija every December and spend a month out there. I can't do that now, but I was always, I just wanted to find something to do. I was trying to work.
Yeah, that's why, like I said, I wanted to create this because I just wanted to stay busy because I felt like I was getting too comfortable because I was just, going working out, come back here and to the house and okay, what else? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
So I figured start this and see what happens. You know what I mean?
Hey man, and you're doing a good thing. Like people are getting to know people that they've heard of, but they never knew.
Yeah.
And you coming to have these conversations with us, it removes a lot of stereotype from some individuals.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I had a lot of stereotype over my head from, when I was younger, I was in the wrong routes. I was into the wrong things. I was a little game banger, making bad decisions.
Well, you're young, you don't know better.
Yeah.
Especially when there's sometimes not much to do around the area.
I got you.
What I mean?
And you're either gonna pick to go, and go red or blue, and that's all we had. And some people will hold that stereotype over my head forever at jobs, gatherings, etc. And I made some mistakes, but learned from them.
That's the important part right
ways,
there. That's the important part. As long as you change, you acknowledge your mistakes and you change.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of it has to do with the crowd you're with.
Yeah.
I wasn't with riding around with the best crowd, so. But I just kind of want to show that there's an opportunity to change. Like you don't have to follow those footsteps. You could make new friends, and I made new friends, made different friends, got along with other people, and just changed. And it's possible. It's doable. You gotta have that ambition. You gotta have that drive. You gotta be nice. You gotta be able to get along, be social.
Yeah.
Just kind of those things. Nobody likes an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I mean, who does? Somebody's gonna talk to you in the wrong ways or disrespect you. Just nobody likes a person like that. So some people need to realize that
don't get offended easily, guys.
You need to be a decent human being.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah. You got any last final words for the viewers?
Really, just for you. First of all, I want to thank you. Thank you for inviting me, and I really
thank you
appreciate
for coming.
it. You're doing a great thing here. I think you're gonna have a lot of success. I know once more people. I mean, of course, I'm gonna share and I'm gonna put you out there, and hopefully, if I can just get you 2-3 people,
Yeah.
to look at you, I know that's gonna be a positive. But
Yeah.
I just want to tell people to stay engaged. Stay positive. look for something to do, find help. If you have questions, ask the questions. Remove shyness and embarrassment that you think, people are going to judge you. 9 times out of 10, ain't nobody even thinking about you.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
it's
exactly.
like,
Everybody got their own
yeah.
things going on in their
Especially
life.
during adulthood. Adulthood is like, you got to worry about feeding your family, paying your house rent, paying your cars, going to work. So it's like, that's all in the past. So I just, want to encourage people to get out and do something.
Yeah. Well, that's a good final words
Yeah.
right there. I appreciate it. All right, guys. If you guys like what we're doing over here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you guys want to come in, shoot me a message. All right. All right. Peace out.
Saying no.